All right, folks, in this video tutorial, we're going to get our gate counter started. We're gonna break this up into different sections. So this will be part one here. And what we're gonna do the main portion of our counter. Remember, our objective of our counter is to count 8 riders, and then we're going to stop it, and then we're going to load another 8 riders, and so forth and so forth. So to get this started, we're going to use a forever block. So I'm going to get rid of this on start. And since we're using a choice, so we're working up until 8. Once we hit 8, then we're going to do something else. Okay, so we're going to be using an if-else block next. So our if-else can be found in our logic because there's a choice there. So we're going to use our if-else. Okay. Now remember what we're testing. All right, we're testing once our number of riders get to a certain point, and then we're going to stop. Okay. So what I'm going to need here, I'm going to need a greater than or less than block to fill this. So what I'm doing to come back in my logic, and what I'm going to look for here, I'm going to be looking for a block that looks like a comparison. So I'm going to grab my comparison. All right, so I'm going to be comparing numbers. I'm going to replace this up here where it says true. Let's see if we get that dropped in there. There you go. Okay. So what am I going to be comparing? All right. So I need to make a variable here. So if the counter is less than or equal to, okay, so that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to change this to less than or equal to. So I'm going to need to now next make my variable. Remember, in order to make a variable, we come into our variables drawer and we click on make a variable. I'm going to call this variable counter because we're counting numbers. Okay. So if the counter, notice I'm going to drop in that first 0. If the counter is less than or equal to, and let's give it a value here. Let's say if it's less than or equal to, we'll say 8. That's how many riders we're going to allow them to ride. Okay. If the counter is less than or equal to, so meaning if it has 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0 riders, what are we going to do? Okay. So we're going to then light up our digital pins. Okay, and this is where we're going to stop right here. So this is our first part. Remember, we're going to keep running this forever and ever. We have a choice, so we're using if else. What are we doing? We're counting numbers, we're counting riders, and we're using the variable counter. And we're looking for riders that are less than or equal to 8 riders. Okay, so that's part one. We'll come back for part two.